Now I thought today I would bake up a cake. Now it's a nice simple cake. What we're going to be making is a lemon drizzle cake. Now I've made a lemon drizzle cake before, but this one's going to have poppy seeds, but more to the point, it's going to have 7 lemons. So it's lemon heaven and it tastes absolutely beautiful. So give this one a go. So for making this lemon drizzle cake, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got me lemons there. I've got 7 lemons. Now what we're going to use is some of it's going to go in the cake mixture and some of it's going to go in the syrup mixture. Now what we're going to use is the juice inside, but also we're going to use the zest, the yellow bit on the outside, because that zest really does give it a wonderful flavour. Now what I'm going to use for making up the cake mixture is 50 grams of poppy seeds, 1 1/4 teaspoons, that's a small spoon, of baking powder, 4 large eggs, 220 grams of white granulated sugar, that's the one you put in your cups of tea, 220 grams of self-raising flour. Now with the flour, you're going to need to sieve that to get a little bit of air in there. And then the same amount, 220 grams of butter. Now with the butter, try and have it at room temperature, so when you're mixing it all up, it's just nice and soft and it makes your life easy. Now with the lemons, what we're going to use is the zest, the outside. We're going to use the zest of 5 lemons and we're going to use the juice of just 1 1/2 of those lemons. So that is going to go in the cake mixture to make it taste beautiful. Now for making up the syrup that's going to be poured over the cake once it's been baked, we're going to use 125 grams, again, of white granulated sugar and 65 grams of icing sugar. Then what we're going to use is the juice of 5 lemons and we're going to use the zest of just 1 1/2 lemons. So that pretty much should use up the lemons. Then what we've got, just to finish it off, is 1 heaped teaspoon of granulated sugar and 1 heaped teaspoon of poppy seeds. Those get mixed together and just sprinkled on top of the cake at the end, and it gives it a little bit of crunch, makes it look good, and that's it. So nice simple ingredients, but it turns out wonderful. So go and measure yours out, get it all prepared, get your lemon zested and juiced, and then what we can do is start making up this wonderful cake. Now finish juicing and zesting the 7 lemons. I use this machine for, you know, just juicing it. You just rub 1/2 on top and all the juice goes underneath, leaves the pips behind. For zesting it, you can usually use like your cheese grater. There's a setting on there. It's a sort of, you know, the finer setting for zesting it. So do that. Now, when you do zest your lemons, be careful. Just take the yellow bit on the outside. Don't go through to the white. Otherwise, that's a little bit sour. It's not really what you want to put in your beautiful cake. So just get the yellow bit on the outside. So what I've got here is the juice of 5 lemons, the zest of 1 1/2 lemons. Now that's going to be the syrup mixture. And for going in the cake, I've got the juice of roughly 1 1/2 lemons and the zest of 5 lemons. So 7 lemons, and that's going to be beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is clear the decks, get myself a bowl, and we're going to start mixing up this cake mixture. Now what we're going to use is start off with the self-raising flour. So I'm just going to pop that in the bowl there, like that, along with the baking powder. Now what you want to do with that, just gently tap it away and try and get some air in that flour. So I'll just carry on doing that. That's it. Got all that in there. And next of all, I've got my butter. As I said, got mine at room temperature, because that, you know, means it's nice and soft and it's easy to mix. Also, I might as well put the sugar in there as well. I think what I'll do is start mixing it all up. Now when you start mixing it, start on a nice low speed, otherwise it can make a right old mess. It's as slow as mine goes, but just slowly mix it and try and get that butter mixed together with the flour and the sugar. So what I'm going to do is just pour in some eggs, probably one at a time. It's just going to help the mixture along. Speed it up a little bit. Just getting in the fourth egg. And again, whisk that, get it a bit more creamed up. And then we can add the poppy seeds, the lemon zest and the lemon juice. So here we go. Put the poppy seeds in there. Lovely. Got that lemon zest. And then finally, got the juice. So I've got it all in there. Speed it up a little bit. And I'd say mix that for about a minute. I don't know how to do it. So now we whisked up that cake mixture. Now I've got my cake tin here. Now the size of my cake tin is roughly 10 inches. So it's about 25 centimetres roughly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some butter on the inside and at the bottom. Now you notice here I've cut out this sort of grease-proof, heat-proof paper. You know, I just want to make sure that nothing sticks. Now what I'm going to do is get a little bit of butter and we can just quickly go round the edges, and we do want to make sure that nothing's sticking. So that'll do us. And then we can get this bit at the bottom there. Lovely. And the butter will help it to stick as well. So we can go around the edge like that and just try and press that all the way around like that. And I think what I'll do is, doesn't hurt, just brush a little bit more on the bottom of that. Lovely. So we've got it nicely greased, nothing's going to stick. So that is ready now to receive that mixture. So let's get the cake mixture and pour it in. Now what we can do is just spread this around, smooth it out like that. Now what we can also do, give it a shake like that. Sometimes that kind of helps to get any of the air out, the bubbles, smooth it out as well. Beautiful, look at that, lovely. Now my oven's just come up to temperature, so I'm going to place the cake in the oven. Now what I do tend to do is put it on a big baking tray because it just makes your life a little bit easier to get it in and out of the oven. So let's place that in the oven, get it baking. So just going to place that lemon drizzle cake in the oven. Now it is a preheated oven, so make sure you got it, you know, preheated. Temperature wise, 170 degrees Celsius, which is 325 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 3. Now what I'd say is you want to cook for about 40, maybe 45 minutes. You can always test the cake at the end. You can stick a skewer in, make sure it comes out clean, or you know, you can do the sort of finger test where it's a little bit springy, but make sure your cake's cooked and then we can pull it out and enjoy. So now we've got the cake cooking away in the background. Now I've got myself a bowl and I'm just pouring in the mixture for making up this syrup. So just pour it all in, 2 sugars, and then we've got this lemon juice. Oh, look at that. And the lemon zest. Get that all out, all counts. And really, just give that a quick mix. And then that is ready to go over the cake at the end. So just leave that. When the cake's finished, we'll pour that over the top. Now I've been cooking that lemon drizzle cake for 40 minutes. Let's have a look at that. Ooh, looks good. Now what we can do is do the finger test, make sure it's springy, which that is, and Oh, look at that. That is ready to come out. So pull this out, because you know when you stick the skewer in, if it comes out clean, it's all done. So let's pull it out of the oven. Now I've taken the cake out of the oven and that looks beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is get a few skewers and going to kind of stab it over the top, get it nice and deep. Oh yeah, because what we're going to do is pour the syrup over the top of this, which we made earlier. So just go round. You could use a fork, but I want to get it nice and deep so you know it goes right to the bottom as far as it can go. Oh, lovely. So just carry on doing that all the way round, and then we can pour the syrup over the top. That'll do us. All done. Now I'm just going to bring your syrup. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Give it a stir around. Get that sugary mixture. Just pour it over. Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. Get all that sugary white mixture all over. Oh, lovely. Lovely. And let that soak in. Now, I don't know if you can see, but that mixture is soaking into that beautiful cake. Now, here I've got sugar and we've got the poppy seeds. So I'm just going to pour those over the top, sprinkle them. They will mix together. Look at that. It makes it look lovely and oh, delish. Put it around the edge. I think we're done. Beautiful. The Widder cake I've left out for about half an hour and all those syrupy juices have gone into the cake. Now what I'm going to do is just spring it. So it's a spring form tin. Now what you want to do is just loosely take that off. Look at that. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is just put it on a plate. Let's take that away. Take the wrapping off. Oh my gosh, look at that cake. That looks absolutely beautiful. Oh, I can tell when I sort of go into this, it's so moist. That is wonderful. Let me go for this. Oh, look at that. That looks absolutely delish. Now I'm going to put it on a plate and try some. Now I've got my lemon drizzle cake, and this is probably one of the best ones you're going to have. It's going to be absolutely saturated with those beautiful lemon juices, the syrup. Let me try that. Oh, that is absolutely to die for. It's wonderful. Look at this. That is moist. It's delicious. Oh, let me try a bit more of that. It's so lemony. With the balance between the sugar, the lemon and the cake, it is so good. Go and make this. It's probably the best lemon drizzle cake you've ever had. It is wonderful. Oh, enjoy. Thanks for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one. Do go and make this because it is so good. No.